G'day guys, Lemon Eating Cow here, and I'm back with episode 2 of my Kingdom Hearts 1 playthrough on the PS2. Last time we were collecting a couple of logs and a piece of cloth for Kairi to make a raft, and I also said I was going to do a little bit of leveling with Tidus off camera, but that ended up being a little bit too tedious. Tidus? Yeah? You see? Yeah. Anyway, it was boring as hell, so I kind of decided to not do that for too long. So to catch up, I am now on level 9. I think we started on... yeah, it started on like level 1 or 2. So yeah, I gained quite a few points in strength and defense, which is really going to help out considering the... when you choose the staff at the start of the game, your strength doesn't level all that fast, so any extra points in it is a real big help. And at level 9 we also got a new ability, which is Scan. And Scan only takes 1 AP out of our 3 total that we can assign, and it lets us view the HP of enemies during battle, which is pretty handy at the start, so you know you're doing good damage. And yeah, that's about caught up, so we'll get right into it. Cloth. I've got to remember where cloth is. I think it's up in like a treehouse type of thing up here. And then you can see over there the log next to Riku, so we'll go down there and grab that log. Now I think you can fight Riku here, but he only gives you a potion, I believe, and he keeps track of your wins and losses, which doesn't impact the game as far as I know at all. So, or whatever, we'll fight him, we'll see what happens. But yeah, he's pretty hard to kill, and he gives pretty low reward. I think he gives you like 5 or 6 experience to kill him, but if you really want experience, you're better off just beating up Tidus. Did you get everything we need for the raft? I gave my stuff to Kairi. Hey Sora, how about a quick round? Grab your sword. Okay, you're on. Ready or not? Oh, I'm ready, man. I was born already. Oh, maybe not. I believe if you fall off the edge as well, it's game over. Well, you lose the duel anyway. So I'll try not to do that. Oh, we're not doing too bad with our damage. You can see in the top left hand corner it shows what damage we're done, or how much HP he's got anyway. Whatever. Don't talk smack to me, mate. Oh! See, yeah, that's what you're not meant to be doing. But, yeah. Anyway, we'll just pretend like that didn't even happen. But I'm pretty sure he just gives you a potion if you win anyway, so... So Kairi gave us a high potion for doing her tasks, and she wants to call it a day. Do we want to call it a day? Yeah. I want to try and move this along, get into the real world of this game when it starts to become really fun. Nice little sunset scene here.
So, Kairi's home is out there somewhere, right?
If Kairi's home is out there, where does she stay now?
We'll never know by
Orphanage or something like that? I don't know.
But how far could a raft take us?
It's been so long since I played, so I don't really remember
if we have to.
What's going on here with this island.
So,
I know Sora does have a home, but they treat this island almost like it's their home.
Well,
and they also do have perfectly working boats as well to get here to the island.
Why we're here
but they build a raft to go off on. I guess it's kind of like kids role-playing, but yeah, I don't know how serious they are about actually going away somewhere.
Then ours is just a little piece of something much
that's the thing with this game. Some stuff is just kind of like metaphorical or referencing something else, but
I don't know.
a lot of the stuff is just you take it on the surface, so it's hard to know until you're really versed with the whole universe, just what their conversations mean.
So let's go.
You've been thinking a lot lately.
haven't you?
And yeah, I'm no
I see you.
Kingdom Hearts lore buff, so
If you hadn't come here,
anything that I do say,
I probably wouldn't
don't
have
take it
never
as
thought of any
gospel
of this.
or the one true word.
Kyrie,
Just
thanks.
if I'm making any mistakes at all, just
You're welcome.
correct me in the comments below. And yeah, because for me, I really want to learn as much as I can about the story before
Sora,
I play 2.8 and 3. So I want to catch up
you
on that.
wanted
So
one, didn't
any
Cow poop.
lore advice you guys have, then yeah,
If two
let me know.
people share one, their destinies become intertwined. They'll remain a part of each other's lives, no matter
So the
what.
pow pow fruit is kind of the
Come on,
food
I know
of
you
this
wanna try
game, I
it.
guess.
What are you
In is it 358/2 days? It was salt popsicles. Anytime the three guys were hanging out from the organization, they would be eating the salt popsicles. And now we're on to our second day on the island. Oh, no, cutscene first. Oh, this is the Disney Kingdom, or Disney Palace, or whatever you want to call it. And we got Donald Duck. Donald Duck in it there. Yeah, no pants with a shirt on, Donald Duck in it, which is a cool phrase. It's I like it when girls Donald Duck it. It's yeah, the whole big shirt, kind of cliche, but you know, Donald Duck in it. I like it. Donald's a mage in this one, pretty good one too. Although with his anger and his terrible temper, he should probably be a berserker or something. There's Pluto, Goofy's dog, and it looks like he's got a letter from the king. Mickey is the king in this, if you don't already know. Donald is, he's so great, man. He's good fun. Him and Goofy have a real good dynamic in this game. And the voice acting is just, it's perfect from the Disney characters. It's really good. The square characters, for the main part, yeah, pretty good. There's a couple that you're like, I don't know. But the Disney ones are spot on. I love the amount of detail and attention they've put into the that they've put into the Disney world in this. They really treated it with love.
Queen Minnie? Daisy?
Donald can be a little hard to understand sometimes without the subtitles, but like that's Donald. But yeah, really good. Oh, busted. And Daisy's a hottie. I think Donald's maybe punching above his weight there. But Minnie Mouse just looks exactly like Mickey Mouse. It's a bit strange. I think if Mickey put on a dress, he'd just look exactly like Minnie. Alright, now we are back on the island. I believe this part we have to collect supplies for our little rafting trip. And that is some little fishies here. Get some fishies. And what else do we need? I think we need like mushrooms, if they're scattered around, and coconuts. And what else? I don't know, I'm sure Kyrie will tell us anyway. Where'd that fish go? Oh, there he is. Pretty easy to catch fish. See, there's the boats that I was talking about, like... So I assume this is more a play. Their whole raft trip is more like a little play they're doing.
Me and Titus, we are gonna do a little exploring today.
Oh, we got our secret
You know,
passage in there.
the secret place at the
I
base of
forgot to
that
check
tree.
again whether
There's gotta be something
this little
there,
cave is
huh?
actually in the first scene. Can we see it or not? Maybe we can, I just ran straight past it. Anyway, we're going in there now. I think there's a mushroom in there, and a few other little things, but nothing major to collect. There's a doorway in here. Lots of graffiti by us kids. I believe someone was saying, like, yeah, over here, the crossed out chocobo is like a reference to the fact that there's no chocobos in this game. And that, it looks like a picture of Donald, but it also kind of looks like a really horrible picture of Sonic the Hedgehog as well. Like Sonic or something. We have Kyrie and Sora, and we got a mushroom in front of it too. I think ours, we drew Kyrie on the right, is terrible. Definitely not as good an artist as Kyrie. Tiny little kids. I think we're about 14 or so, 14 or 15, maybe 13 or... Yeah, we're early teens in this game. And I think Riku is about a year older or so than us. Giving Kyrie the star fruit so our destinies can become entwined.
I've come to see the door to this world.
Huh?
Ooh, we got a hooded figure in the back there.
Well, what are you talking
Yeah, we come
about?
to understand that connecting worlds is
Tied to the darkness.
can mean pretty bad things for that world.
Soon to be completely eclipsed.
Well, whoever you are, stop freaking me out like this. Huh? Well, where did you come from?
The way that line is delivered, I don't know whether he just saw the cloaked figure, or he's asking
So
like
you're from
where
another
he
world.
actually came from. Oh yeah, so you're from another
There
world.
is so
Yeah.
very much to learn. You understand so little.
I believe one of the...
Oh yeah?
I'm not sure if it's Kingdom Hearts 1 or it's 2, but one of the baddies is voiced by Billy Zane, who did the Phantom movie
One who knows
way
nothing
back
can
when.
understand nothing.
And of course, Sora is voiced by Haley Joel Osment. Joan Osment? Something like that. The kid from Sixth Sense. I don't know if I said that in the first episode. If I did, then... yeah, whatever. Now you know it twice. You're twice as informed. Examine nothing really out of the ordinary. How did he get here? Nothing out of the ordinary. We're in a cave, and there's an ornate door, but nothing's really out of the ordinary. Yeah. You would think, like if I was a kid, I would be trying to get in that door, see what's behind it. But these guys don't really seem all that fazed about it. So, now we're back to getting mushrooms and things. Oh, we got an egg up there, it looks like. Yeah, I think that's a gull egg, or... Dude, climb the pole. Here we go. Boom. Seagull egg. Sorry, mate, I just took your kid. The seagull doesn't really care. And we'll get some coconuts over here. I think we just bash on the tree a bit. And we're looking for a different coloured one, I think. Yep, there he is. And I think we need a couple of those. My aiming skills are terrible. Jesus, hit the tree, mate. There it is. Coconut. So we got 2 of those. We got 1 mushroom. We got 3 fish. I guess we'll go through... We can go through to the other side, the cove now. And I think we have to race Riku here. Again, it can be hard, but gives next to no rewards. So we'll see how we go. I don't think I've won this race before, because I'm pretty spastic at it, but yeah, we'll see. And he wants to name the raft. How about the High Wind? High Wind's pretty cool. That's the name of the airship in Final Fantasy VII, I believe. Excalibur. No. I am going to give it a far more awesome name. One that will resonate through the ages. It is going to be called The Lemonator. Oh yeah. So I usually go with really serious names for my playthroughs. Like I usually name my character. Before I started this channel, I call myself Ender, from the Ender's Game book series, which is my favorite, one of my favorite book series. But because of the channel and everything, I'll just go with Lemonator. Lemonator. That would really strike fear into the hearts of my enemies. The usual? Let's do it. I guess that's the race. And Kyrie will be the judge of the race. Take any route you want. Well, I found I usually get my best results if I run down the beach and not worry about all the jumping. Because... oh, so we have to make it to the star? 100%.
I'm captain.
I'm gonna not be able to make those jumps, so I'm just gonna save the effort and not do it.
Deal? The winner gets to share a Palpu with Kyrie.
Oh. So we get a...
Okay.
eat some fruit with Kyrie if we win. Oh, that's incentive enough. Oh, let's go. Kyrie has a little bit of a iris feel to her, or iris feel from Final Fantasy 15. But yeah, maybe it's just the hairstyle. Come on, mate. We're doing it. Now, if I mess up like one jump, he pretty much has it, so hopefully we don't do that. Oh, I'm doing alright. And then now I get a... whoa, shit. No! Well, I think it's all over now. The way back is far longer if we... yeah. God damn. No! Get up! What? Really? No, what? Can I? Oh, man. I reckon I could have had it if that didn't happen, but wow, that was quite frustrating. Man, this goes 0 to 2. This, yeah, not a good playthrough. He gives you I think he gives you a pretty stone or a sparkly stone or something along the lines of that. And you can sell it for a bit of money, but otherwise it's really not that great. But we're gonna name it Highwind, which is pretty cool anyway. Highwind's not a bad name. Of course, it's no Lemonator, but, you know, it'll do. I really... well, I suppose if you're hearing this, I haven't done it, but I really should go back and make an edit where I actually win the race. Yeah, but... if you're looking for Major League Gaming here, then you're probably in the wrong place anyway. I promise I will get better in the future and I won't miss such, yeah, things like that. Once I get my keyblade, it's all good. That's, you know, I'm just diminished without my keyblade. Actually, now I can't even jump. Oh, there it goes. The jumping is getting me. Can you believe I did a guide for the Pidios dungeon, which is a jumping puzzle dungeon in Final Fantasy 15. It's a miracle that I made it through that thing at all. What am I doing? Equipment? So we got a protect chain just then, which gives us 1 defense. It's not bad. It's missable. That little chest there is missable, so you're gonna have to make sure and get it here. I don't believe we ever come back to the island. Not in a playable sense, so yeah, grab it when you can. Get another mushroom here. And did I miss one back up there? Dude, this jump. What is with it? Yeah, oh well. Must be a user problem. Oh, did I get the mushroom from there? Doi! I was talking too much. It's actually, I don't know if you guys have tried it at all, but for me personally, I'm pretty quiet when I'm playing games. I don't really talk to myself all that much. She's just telling us what we need to collect. 3 fish and drinking water. I think we've got all that apart from the drinking water. But yeah, I'm pretty silent when I play games. I just, got music on in the background, or sometimes I listen to debates or current news or things like that. But as far as talking about the game while I'm playing it, or things around the game, no. So I'm not all that skilled in that regard, so I often lose my train of thought when I'm playing. It's actually a hard skill to pick up, I think. Some people do it naturally. Like I had my my friend's son over here the other day, and we were sitting in the kitchen having coffee while he played some games, and he was playing a game by himself. He was just out of earshot for us, but he was talking to himself about the games, like a YouTuber, because he watches people play Minecraft all the time, and he's all about the YouTube. So he was pretty much YouTubing without YouTubing, which I thought it's really weird to see kids doing that these days. So she's making a thalassa shell necklace, and apparently the sailors made it in the old days, and it ensures a safe voyage. Thanks, Sora. I found something today too. Here, it's yours. So I must have collected everything she needed. And we get a high potion. And yes, we want to call it a day, because we want to get into this journey. The island's cool, but I'm so keen to get off it and get into the real game. I really didn't expect these episodes to go this long. I thought we would be off in the first half hour, but that's an RPG. I suppose it takes pretty long to wind up. The romantic little sunset here.
Sora, let's take the raft and go. Just the two of us. Huh?
Kyrie.
Just kidding.
That's a bit
What's
risque.
gotten into you? You're the one that's changed, Kyrie.
Maybe Riku is changing because he's hit puberty or something.
You know, I was a little afraid at first, but now I'm ready. No matter where I go or what I see, I know I can always come back here.
Do kids talk like this?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know if they do. Like, I know, of course, it's not real life,
Sora,
but
don't ever change.
when I was 14, I was like, probably talking about farts and
I just can't wait.
video games, and that was about it.
It'll be great.
So I think the next day we're going to get on our raft and see what happens. Letter from Mickey, Donald. Sorry to rush off without saying goodbye, but there's big trouble brewing. I'm not even going to attempt a Mickey voice, so... Not sure why, but the stars have been blinking out one by one, and that means disaster can't be far behind. I hate to leave you all, but I've got to go check into it. There's someone with a key, the key to our survival, so I need you and Goofy to find him and stick with him. Got it? We need that key or we're doomed, so go to Traverse Town and find Leon. He'll point you in the right direction. Leon is actually Squall from Final Fantasy VIII, and when you see him, man, he's badass. P.S. Would you apologize to Minnie for me? Thanks, pal. Yeah, some of the designs on the characters in this are really great. Like, as soon as I saw Squall, I was like, man, I want a remake right now. He just looks really cool.
I sure hope he's all right.
Actually, Cloud and Sephiroth appear far later in the game. And, yeah, as soon as I saw them as well, I was like, dude, come on, we need those character designs.
You be careful now, both of you.
It was a bit of fan service, but it's done pretty well. And it's good to see a little bit of a different side of Cloud in this too.
Over here.
It's Jiminy Cricket from Pinocchio. He's a little Pinocchio's little sidekick guy or mentor that tries to steer him in the right direction, but yeah, he's not always the best at it. Donald.
Gorge, Jiminy.
Gorge.
Your world disappeared too.
Goofy used to have a show called Goof Troop. It was him and his son Max. I'm not really sure what happened to their mother, though, but she's never around. And it's just them
All right.
in real
I
life,
gotcha.
kind of,
You mean
well,
while we're in other
real
worlds,
cartoon life,
we
just
can't let on
doing the
where we're
father and son
from.
thing. I thought it was a really good,
We gotta protect the
really good
wild
series
order.
actually. It has a good dynamic between the two.
Right.
I used to watch that pretty much every afternoon,
Oh,
as well as the Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
oh, I guess
So
we'll
they
be
came in like a little
done when we
cartoon
get
block
there.
after school. They were, yeah, good times. This is the workshop. I think we see the gummy ship here, and the gummy ship. Wow, man! Oh, there's Chippendale there. They're from the Rescue Rangers, and there is the beast of the gummy ship. Now it's not a graphical glitch there. It's intentionally meant to look like it's children's building blocks or Legos or something like that. And later on you can collect pieces for your ship, you can fly it around, and there's like a on-rails shooting game with it, and you can change the way it looks entirely. As you level up the ship, basically you get more blocks, and then you can put more blocks into the ship and just make it these huge beasts of things with guns all over them and rocket boosters everywhere. And you also get blueprints that are named after popular Final Fantasy monsters and the summons as well. It's a really fun game. I really enjoyed it. I spent way too much time on it. So hopefully we'll get some cool designs happening later in the game. But it's fairly limited, like you don't have a small ship until a fair amount later into the game. Now the planet's going to poop a ship. I thought it was such a great touch, the gummy ship. I really didn't expect it. I really liked it. Here we are in Sora's house, it looks like. And it's weird to note, like on the ground he has these socks there. But his socks look like a normal size socks. So are his shoes just massively massive and he's got tiny feet? Or, yeah, what's going on there? He also has some normal clothes around. But he seems to like sleeping in his jacket and his chains and zippers.
Sora, dinner's ready. Come on down. Sora?
And it's cool, talking of clothes, each world that you go to later on in the game, you'll change your attire slightly or sometimes dramatically. It's a really good touch and it really gets you into the theme of the world.
What's that?
So there's a big storm on the island and it looks like there's a big gravisphere up there. It looks like the attack from Diablos and Final Fantasy VIII. He does a gravity shift or a gravity ball or maybe even gravisphere. It looks kind of like that. Oh, there's a new doorway there. Can we go in there yet? Probably not. Where did this door come from? Better go find Riku first. Oh, we can't hit these guys until we get a different weapon. Yeah, and then I think you can farm them for XP. But I think they come back like just always infinitely spawn. But it's far more efficient. We'll farm later on in the game.
I thought she was with you.
The door is open.
Riku's definitely acting a bit weird.
The door is open, Sora. Now we can go to the outside world.
What are you talking about? We gotta find Kyrie.
I'm not
Kyrie's
sure
coming with us.
why.
Once we
I'm
step
sure
through,
it gets explained
we might
later,
not be
but
able to come back.
Riku seems to have
We may never
like
see
know
our
what's
parents
going
again.
on. He seems to
There's
have
no
more of a
turning back.
connection to what's happening.
But this may be our only chance. We can't let fear stop us.
He seems to
I'm not
be
afraid of
able
the
to give into
darkness.
the darkness quite a bit more. Well, quite. Yeah, without that many qualms. Maybe he knows more than we do. But things are getting pretty real now. This is what happens when a world is connected. And that seems to be what makes all the stars blink out and Mickey's going to investigate. But there may be a light in the dark. Oh. Wicked. we got the keyblade now. The keyblade is designed so well. It's so simple. Like it's just a key sword thingy, but it's done so well and it's so iconic, and I don't know how practical it is, but yeah, it's awesome. I know you can get, I've seen quite a few people with, oh, I got a potion from these guys? Oh. I know you can get scale models of them that are actually made out of steel or aluminium, or aluminum, as Americans say, I guess. And they just look badass, they look really well done. So I would love to get one of those one day. Although I'm a fairly tall guy, I'm a pretty big dude, so I would probably need quite a big one of them. Where are we going? I think we'll go back to that door and see what's happening there. Yeah, I think you can keep on farming these guys over and over and over again, but yeah, I'm just keen to get into it, get into this world, start seeing some Disney worlds as well. And we got to meet Donald and Goofy. I really didn't think this intro would take all that long. I almost forgot about this second day entirely. I was thinking we'd be off the island in half an hour or so, but yeah, I think now it's been about an hour. Oh, Kyrie's not looking too good. Poor Kyrie. She seems to be kind of caught up in the middle of it all at this stage. Riku's pretty chill about the whole thing. Oh, now it looks like the whole island's consumed by the big gravisphere up there. And yeah, now the darkness is coming, the Heartless is settling in. Alright, so we'll try and reflect these things back again, see how it goes. Oh! No. 2 or 3's alright. Oh, big one. Bam! Take that. Well, that went better than expected. Quite a bit of life off him too. I really like the design of these guys too. Oh, jeez. Although they're not the smartest of enemies. The variation in enemy types is really quite cool later on in the game. You get like big fat dudes where you can only hit them from behind, I think, or kill them with magic. There's just some really iconic enemies that I guess they make you... They've got obvious cues to them, so they make you think about where you should be hitting enemies and like different weak points. So I would say for a younger player, this would be quite a good introduction to RPGs or action games, because it kind of gives those important cues like that. Although I definitely wouldn't say this is a kid's game, but it could be very angled towards that. Oh, getting sucked up in the gravisphere. So I believe that is the end of the island for now. Well, for the game, which is good. Onwards and upwards. Oh, Donald.
Look, a star's going out.
Oh yeah, the world has been connected. That means Sora's parents are dead and everything, which is terrible. So the guys are here at Traverse Town, and Traverse Town will be the like the hub world. We can go here and I think we can modify our gummy ship, and there's a few shops around and quite a few characters hang out here. And this is where we're going to meet Leon, and Leon is badass. He's really cool. Yeah, if you haven't seen him before, I hope you like his design. I think he's great. And we also meet a few other Final Fantasy characters here when we get into it. So I think all the kind of slower paced stuff is pretty much behind us now. From now it's trekking around worlds and just beating stuff up, so it's going to get fun from here on out. Pluto's found us?
Oh.
Yep, Pluto, the
What a dream.
half dog, half
isn't a
human thing. Because I believe Goofy is a dog as well. Although he originally started as a horse, I think, and then they adapted him into what looks to be a dog. But if Pluto is also a dog, then it doesn't make sense that he has a collar and he walks around on all fours. Maybe he's like a submissive slave to Goofy or something, which would be quite macabre. Anyway, sorry to end on such a note, but I think I'm going to call the episode here. Yeah, I think from now everything's going to lift off and it's going to be a bit more fun to watch. Maybe that first island you were a bit like, I'm over this island now. But yeah, that's all behind us, and we're going to meet some kick-ass Final Fantasy characters and going to start heading around to all the different Disney worlds. So if you're liking this series, definitely come back for episode 3 because that's where it's all going to be. Yeah, if you like this, please leave a thumbs up. If you got any comments or suggestions, or if you want to correct me on the lore or give me a bit of insight into the lore, then leave a comment below. And if you want to catch more of this series, then don't forget to subscribe. This has been Lemon Eating Cow, and I'll see you next time. Moo.